Okay, this is the thermostat, and it's a heat pump thermostat, so we're going to see what we got going on underneath there. And the fan is on, it's on auto. And we got it set on 70 or what. We're going to just turn it down so that it can run nice and long for us. I don't think it'll shut off today anyway, it's over 100 degrees today. But one thing about this thermostat that's not apparent, but this thermostat does not appear to be programmable. And the new code energy requirements are that every single family residence should have at least one programmable thermostat. This thermostat is located in the bedroom hall. The structure faces west, so this is on the south side of the house. This is the indoor air handler. It's a Carrier. Serial number, I'm having trouble getting the date on that, but we will get the date on that. I think it's 2006. The systems last about 20 years. This is it's all electric home. This is the electric service disconnect for the indoor air handler, and I'm going to call your attention to the ceiling here. One, the soot means that we've got some air leakage around the plenum. Soot also means that the coils are dirty. That soot had to get past the coils to get here. So we have dirty coils and a leaking plenum. I can actually feel the air blowing on my hand that I'm holding the camera with. And so this interior finish is called a popcorn finish. We have it here. We have it around the attic scuttle hole. I have not been up there yet. That's the way we found it. That's the way we found it. Do no harm. So this popcorn, it doesn't have to. I don't do, by the way, this is not an environmental inspection. But asbestos has been known, this popcorn finish has been known to contain asbestos. So if this gets in here and scraped and cleaned or what, it should be respected as such. And painting is encapsulating. That's a shame we got some tape on this cover here. That's not a good clue. And the air filter is missing. Oh, no, it's not. It's in there. I'll have trouble fishing it out. It's a 20 by 1, and it's buried up in there. We've got air leaks from the air filter. The primary drain line, okay, that has a nice trap. That's a good sized trap. It's what I like to see. But it should be insulated. We do not have a secondary drain line. It wasn't required when this home was built. It wasn't. But there should at least be a float switch. Some people call them safety switches. I think I made up float switch, but nobody ever questions me. They know what I'm talking about. So, but yes, there should be an emergency switch in here so that if and when, because it will happen, the drain line, it's no longer a primary, it's the only drain line. When that clogs up, the switch would turn the system off instead of allow it to drain onto the floor. And by the way, by today's energy standards, you have a return plenum that's underneath the unit, then by today's standards, this plenum box, this cavity should be lined with a metal liner. It's probably not. Weren't required during the day. And that same switch I'm talking about, well, I'd like to see that in the safety pan on the floor as well, but that's not even required by today's standards. We're going to go out the front of the house. Again, with the west side of the house. And we're going to move around. And we're moving to the south side of the house, as we mentioned. We're looking for the condensing unit. We know it's here, but we're going to the condensing unit. This is the condensing unit. It does not fit on the pad properly. It's too close to the house. It should be at least 12 inches away. and it's either 2010 or 2004 is the age. Now this equipment is engineered on paper to last 20 years. It might last 35, but Las Vegas is going to give you 14. That's about how long they last here. So all this equipment's pretty much done everything you can expect it to do. This unit is also R22. R22. That's the refrigerant that is in it. They no longer make R22 in the United States. They no longer import it in the United States. Yes, there is a stockpile of it. Yes, you can buy it. Yes, it is very expensive. They also have what's known as drop-ins, alternative refrigerants for this. But not only is that refrigerant expensive, it's less efficient than the R22. So you just, you can't win with that formula. Just about every technician that comes out here to service this unit is going to, rightfully so, encourage you to update it. It's really done just about everything we could expect it to do, and it's expensive to service. So in practical terms, it's, exceeded its economic life. It just has. It might be working. It's moving heat. I can feel heat. But by today's standards, and this wasn't today, by yesterday's standards, this missing insulation is not acceptable ever. But by today's standards, you'd have a different insulating foam, one that's more protective, so things like this doesn't happen to it. Also, by today's standards, we would have anti-theft Schrader valve caps, refrigerant service caps, so that kids can't steal it and huff it, thieves can't steal it and sell it because it's expensive, the R22. So this is the data plate. It tells us all these things. This is the electric service disconnect, which I haven't opened yet, and I will. That'll be in another video. I'm assuming that it's going to be mostly alright, but that's why we're going to open it. We're going to find out.